ഹലോ എവ്രി വൺ, വെൽക്കം ടു വിന്നേഴ്സ് ക്ലാസ് റൂം. ഞാൻ രമ്യ. വിന്നേഴ്സ് ക്ലാസ് റൂം എന്ന ചാനലിലെ ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നെങ്കിൽ ഈ ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്തതിനെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുക. അതുപോലെ ഈ ക്ലാസ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നെങ്കിൽ ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യാനും ഷെയർ ചെയ്യാനും മറക്കരുത്.
Through this video, we are going to discuss some one-mark questions from Chapter 2 Polynomials. And these questions are, some are previously asked questions and some are extra questions. Extra questions means which are not in the textbook. Okay, this is the graph given in the question and this was asked in 2020. Question is like this: the graph of the polynomial p of x is given. See, this is the graph of p of x. The number of zeros of the polynomial is, options are 1, 2, 3 and 0. So, number of zeros, we have discussed it in the important points of this chapter, right? Zeros of the polynomial means where the curve cut the x-axis, where the curve cuts the x-axis. See, at how many points does this curve cut the x-axis? At 2 points, right? At 2 points it cuts the x-axis, means at these 2 points the y-coordinate is 0. That is the meaning of zeros of the polynomial. So number of zeros here is 2. So the answer is option B, 2. This is our second question. This was also asked in 2020. The question is like this: the quadratic polynomial, the sum of zeros is -5 and their product is 6 is. We have to find from among these given options. 4 options are given. Among these, which is the quadratic polynomial satisfying these two conditions? Sum of zeros is -5 and their product is 6. Anyways, this is a quadratic equation, right? In the question, it is given that we are considering only quadratic equation. Quadratic equation can be generally represented like this, right? ax square plus bx plus c. And if alpha beta are zeros of the polynomial, then alpha plus beta is minus b by a and alpha beta is c by a. Sum of the zeros, what is given in the question? Sum of zeros is -5. So this can be equated to -5. And alpha beta is c by a. We have already learned these two equations. Okay, in important points. Alpha beta is c by a and it is given as 6 in this question. Okay, this is equal to 6. Now we have to take each and every given polynomial and check whether these two conditions are satisfied. Okay, these two conditions we have to check. First I am going to take option A. Here the given polynomial p of x is x square plus 5x plus 6. Now, what is a in this polynomial? A means coefficient of x square, that is 1. Now what is b? B means coefficient of x, that is 5. Now c is the constant term, that is 6. Now what is minus b by a here? Minus b by a. B is 5. So minus b means minus 5 by a is 1. Minus 5 by 1 is minus 5. Okay. Now what is c by a? C by a is, c here c is 6 by a is 1. 6 by 1, 6. Okay. Alpha plus beta minus b by a is minus 5c. That condition is satisfied in this polynomial and alpha beta is 6. C by a is 6c. That is also satisfied in this polynomial. So the right answer is option A itself. Our next question was asked in 2014. This is the question: if alpha beta are the zeros of x square minus bx plus c is equal to 0 where a is not 0, then calculate alpha plus beta. Okay. Generally, what is a quadratic equation? We will take it as x square plus bx plus c, right? But here it is given as, in this question. So let me take it as P1 of x. Okay, to avoid confusions. This is the general form of a quadratic equation. But in this equation, the quadratic equation given is ax square minus bx plus c equal to 0. See, here what is the difference? Yes, coefficient of x is generally we will take it as plus b, but in the given it is minus b. Generally, what is alpha plus beta? Generally, we will take the sum of the zeros of the polynomial as minus b by a, right? Yes. Then, in this given polynomial, in place of b, it is minus b. So, alpha plus beta can be taken as minus. In place of b, I have to take minus b. Okay? Here it is negative, here it was positive. So, minus b will become minus of minus b by a. Coefficient of x square is a itself. So, here minus of minus is plus, that is positive, plus b by a, or we can just avoid that positive symbol and the answer is b by a. Now we are going to discuss some extra questions. This is the question. The value of k for which minus 4 is a 0 of the polynomial x square minus x minus 2k plus 2 is. See, we have to find what is the value of this k. This is the given polynomial. So, I will write it as p of x minus 2k plus 2. Okay, I have written the given polynomial here as p of x, and in question it is given that minus 4 is a 0 of the polynomial. Minus 4 is a 0 of the polynomial means p of minus 4 is 0. Okay, minus 4 is a 0 of the polynomial means p of minus 4 is 0. Now, I am going to find what is p of minus 4. That means in this equation or in this expression, I have to give minus 4 as the value of x. So, x square will become minus 4 the whole square minus x is minus 4 minus 2k plus 2. Okay. Minus 4 the whole square. Minus 4 the whole square is minus 4 into minus 4. See, two negative numbers are multiplied. That means the answer is positive. 4 into 4, 16. So, minus 4 the whole square is 16. Now, minus of minus. See, two negative symbols are coming together. Minus of minus means positive. Plus 4. Now, minus 2k plus 2 is already there. This is p of minus 4 and we have written as p of minus 4 is 0. So, this is equal to 0. Okay. Now, 16 plus 4, 20 minus 2k plus 2 is equal to 0. We have to find the value of k, right? So, I am going to take this to the next side of the equal to symbol. Okay, this to the next side of the equal to symbol. Here, the symbol given is negative. So, when I take it to the next side, it will become positive. So, 2k plus 2 is equal to 20. Now, what is 2k? 2k is equal to, I am going to take this plus 2 to the next side. Plus 2 will become minus 2. So, 20 minus 2, that is 18. Now, what is k? I have to take this 2 to the other side of the equal to symbol. Here 2 is multiplied by k. Multiplied by, when taken to the other side, will become divided by 18 divided by 2, that is 9. So, the value of k is 9. Option B, 9. That is the answer. Next question is like this. The zeros of the quadratic polynomial. A quadratic polynomial is given as x square plus kx plus k, where k is not equal to 0. Here some conditions are given. The zeros of the quadratic polynomial cannot both be positive, cannot both be negative, are always unequal, are always equal. Okay, the given polynomial, I am going to write the given polynomial here, x square plus kx plus k. Okay, here what is a? A means coefficient of x square, that is 1. What is b? Coefficient of x, k, and constant term c is also k. Now, if alpha, beta are the zeros of the polynomial, then alpha plus beta, we have learned it in the important point, that video, alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Okay, here what is b? K, and a is 1. So, this is minus k by 1, that is minus k. Okay, so alpha plus beta is minus k. And now what is alpha beta? Product of the zeros of the polynomial is c by a. What is c here? K by a is 1. K by 1 means k. So what we have got here? Alpha plus beta is minus k and alpha beta is k. See, when two numbers are added, the answer is negative and the product of those numbers is positive. See, here it is positive value. So what does that mean? Now let us check the options. They both cannot be positive. If these two are positive, sum of two positive numbers is always positive. So both of them cannot be positive. See, here the sum is negative. Okay. So we can conclude both of them cannot be positive. This is the correct answer. If both of them are positive, this could not happen. Here it is given as a negative value for the sum of the zeros of the polynomial. So both of them cannot be positive. Let us read the next question. If alpha, beta are the zeros of the polynomial, f of x is equal to x square minus p, x plus 1 minus c, then alpha plus 1 into beta plus 1 is. See, here this is the given polynomial. First, let us write it here. F of x is equal to x square minus p into x plus 1 minus c. And we know the general form of a polynomial as ax square plus bx plus c, right? Here x square term is there, x term is there and a constant term is there. Here x square term is given, but the term for x is given indirectly. We have to take this minus p inside this bracket. Okay, so we can rewrite it as x square minus p into x minus px. Okay, now minus p into 1, it is minus p. Okay, then this minus c also there. Now we have got a quadratic polynomial. Here, what is in place of a? A means coefficient of x square, that is 1. What is in place of b? B is coefficient of x. Here, coefficient of x is minus p. Now what is c? C is constant term, that is term which do not contain x. Here it is minus p minus c. Okay. Now we have to find this one. Alpha plus 1 into beta plus 1. Okay. Alpha into beta. We are going to open the bracket. Alpha into beta is alpha beta. Alpha into 1. It is alpha. 1 into beta. It is beta. 1 into 1. It is 1. Okay. We have opened this bracket. So I got it as, this is the thing which we have to find out in this question. Alpha plus 1 into beta plus 1 means alpha beta plus beta plus 1. Okay, alpha beta. What is alpha beta? In general polynomial equation we have learned that alpha beta is C by A. And here C means minus P minus C. And A is 1. Okay, so C by A became minus P minus C by 1. Anyways, here the denominator is 1, we can avoid it, right? Okay, so alpha beta is minus P minus C. Now what is alpha beta? Sorry, alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta. In general equation we have learned that alpha plus beta is minus B by A, right? Minus B by A. And in this given polynomial, what comes in place of B? Minus P. So minus of minus P. Here, see, listen. Here, minus B means minus of minus P. Because in place of B we have minus P here. Minus of minus P by A is 1. Anyways, here also denominator is 1, we can avoid it, right? So minus of minus P, two negatives or two negative symbols are coming together means it is positive. So alpha plus beta is P. Now let us substitute all these values here. Alpha beta is minus P minus C. Now alpha plus beta is P and plus 1 is also there. Okay. Now minus P plus C will get cancelled, right? What is left? Minus C is there and plus 1 is there. So the answer is 1 minus C. We have just rearranged it. 1 minus C, that is option B, 1 minus C. Let us read the next question. A graph is given in the question. Okay, what is the number of zeros of the polynomial y is equal to p of x? Anyways, this is the curve of p of x. We got it, right? This curve shows p of x. And at how many points does this curve cut the x-axis? See these 2 points. Listen here, these 2 points, at these 2 points the curve cuts the y-axis. But we need the points where the curve cuts the x-axis. This is the x-axis. So only at this point the curve cuts the x-axis. Okay. So number of zeros of the polynomial is just 1. Now let us read the next question. Given that one of the zeros of the cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is 0, the product of the other 2 zeros is. That is the question. Anyways, given is a cubic polynomial. Okay, so I am writing it as p of x is equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Okay, for a cubic polynomial there will be maximum number of zeros of polynomial is alpha, beta, gamma. That is 3 zeros of polynomial are possible. Maximum number of zeros of polynomial is 3. Okay. And we call it as alpha, beta and gamma. And for a cubic polynomial, we have learned this equation, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma is equal to C by A, right? This thing we have already discussed in the important point, that video. Okay, so alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of the polynomial, then alpha, beta plus beta, gamma, alpha, gamma, this sum is C by A. And in the question it is given that one among these alpha, beta, gamma, one of the zeros of the polynomial is 0. So I am taking it as gamma. Gamma is taken as 0. Then what will happen to this equation? Alpha, beta plus beta, gamma. Gamma is taken as 0 plus alpha into 0 is equal to C by A. Okay, see here, beta into gamma, alpha into gamma. These two terms will become 0. So what is left? Alpha into beta. That is equal to C by A. Now what is alpha into beta? This is the product of the other two zeros. Understood? In the question it is given that one of the zeros of the cubic polynomial is 0. I have taken it as gamma. Gamma is taken as 0. And what was asked in the question? The product of the other two zeros. Then I adopted this equation to solve this problem. Okay, this equation, and we have learned it as C by A. So finally we got alpha beta is equal to C by A. So this is the right answer. Option B, C by A. Next question is related to a polynomial of degree 4. See, in this question, this is the given polynomial 3x raised to 4, 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. See here the degree is 4, x is raised to a power 4. Question is like this: if square root of 5 by 3 and minus of square root of 5 by 3 are two zeros of the polynomial, this polynomial, then its other two zeros. See, we have studied some relationship between the zeros of the polynomial of quadratic equation, linear polynomial and cubic polynomial, but here it is a polynomial of degree 4. Then how we will find? The other two zeros are asked in the question. How we will find it? It is something difficult, right? Anyways, in the options, which all are the options here? Minus 1 is an option. Again, minus 1, okay. Here 1 and minus 1. So 1 is another option. Here 1, 1, okay. Means we can give these values to x and we will check whether it is suitable, means whether p of x is becoming 0 or not. So x can be minus 1, here also minus 1, here 1, here minus 1, 1, 1. So anyways, minus 1 and 1 we have to check. Then the other two options 3 and minus 3. So what I am going to do is I will put these values for x and will check whether p of x is equal to 0. And if p of x is 0 at any of these points, then that is one of the zero of the polynomial. Okay, that is my logic. So I am going to put minus 1 here, p of minus 1. Okay, x should be replaced by minus 1. So 3 into minus 1 raised to 4. See, x is replaced by minus 1. Then 6 into minus 1 whole cube minus 2 into minus 1 square. Then minus 10 into minus 1 minus 5. Okay, this is p of minus 1. Minus 1 raised to 4. Minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. See, minus 1 into minus 1 is 1. Here also it is 1. 1 into 1, 1. Anyways, minus 1 raised to a even number. minus 1 raised to an even number will give you 1. So this is 3 into 1 plus 6 into minus 1 raised to 3. Minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. Minus 1 into 1, 1. And again into minus 1. 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. So this is 6 into minus 1. And here also we can apply the general rule. Minus 1 raised to an odd number. An odd number will give you minus 1. Okay. Then what is here? Minus 2 into minus 1 square. Even number. So this is 1. Right? Minus 1 is raised to a power 2. Means minus 1 square is 1. So 2 into 1 minus 10 into minus 1 minus 5. Okay. 3 into 1 is 3. Anyways, when we get an expression like this, we have to do, first we have to do the multiplication. Then thereafter we have to do addition and subtraction. Okay. So 3 into 1 is 3 plus 6 into minus 1 is minus 6 minus 2 into 1, 2 minus 10 into minus 1 minus 10 minus 5. Okay. Now here minus of minus. See here minus of minus means it is plus. Now first we will add the positive numbers 10 and 3, 13. Then we will consider the negatives. Here minus 6, minus 2, minus 5. Minus 6, minus 2, minus 5 is actually minus 6 plus minus 2 plus minus 5. Right? It is minus 13. So here 13 minus 13, 0. See, P of minus 1, we were actually calculating what is the value of P of minus 1. P of minus 1 became 0. That means minus 1 is 1 of the 0 of the polynomial. Minus 1 is 1 of the zeros of the polynomial. Next, we have to check with 1. So, we can calculate P of 1 like this. See, we have to replace each and every x by 1. 3 into 1 raised to 4 plus 6 into 1 cube minus 2 into 1 square minus 10 into 1 minus 5. Okay. 3 into 1 raised to 4. 1 raised to any power will give you 1. Right. So 3 into 1 raised to 4 means 3 into 1, 3. Plus 6 into 1, 6. Minus 2 into 1, 2. Minus 10 into 1, 10. Minus 5. Okay. Here there are only two positive numbers. 3 plus 6, 9. Then negatives. Minus 2, minus 10, minus 5. Minus 2 plus minus 10 plus minus 5. So what is it? Minus 2 minus 10 minus 5 is minus 17. So this is minus 17. So finally it is 9 minus 17. 9 minus 17 can be taken as 9 plus minus 17. Here the biggest number is negative, so the answer is also negative. Biggest minus smaller. Bigger minus smaller means 17 minus 9, it is 8. So minus 8 is the final answer. Anyways, we got it as P of minus 1 is not equal to 0. That means what? 1 is not a 0 of the polynomial. Okay. Now check the options. Anyways, minus 1 is one of the 0 of the polynomial and minus 1 is included in these two options. So we have to select any one from this because minus 1 should be there in the answer. But 1 is coming here, right? 1 is not a 0 of the polynomial. So which is the right answer? First option A. That is minus 1 and minus 1 are the other two zeros of the polynomial. This is the next question. If one of the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x square plus bx plus c is 0, then find the other 0. Anyways, given polynomial is a quadratic polynomial, x square plus bx plus c. That means maximum number of zeros of the polynomial is 2, alpha and beta. Okay, alpha, beta are the zeros of the polynomial, and we have learned the equation like alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. And in this question it is given that one of the zeros of the quadratic polynomial is 0. So I am taking beta as 0. Okay, one among these is 0. Beta is taken as 0. Then what will happen to this equation? Alpha plus 0 is equal to minus b by a. That means alpha is equal to minus b by a. So that is what is asked in the question. Then find the other 0. Other 0 is minus b by a. Let us read the next question. Write the quadratic polynomial. The sum and product of whose zeros are minus 9 by 2 and minus 3 by 2 respectively. Anyways, we have to find out a quadratic polynomial. The general form of a quadratic polynomial is x square plus bx plus c. Here, there will be maximum number of zeros of the polynomial is 2. Let us take it as alpha and beta. Then alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and alpha beta is equal to c by a. We have learned these equations earlier. Then it is given as the sum is minus 9 by 2. So this can be equated to minus 9 by 2, and product of zeros is minus 3 by 2. See, it is given in the question. Okay, so minus b by a is equal to minus 9 by 2, and c by a is equal to minus 3 by 2. Sum is minus 9 by 2 and product is minus 3 by 2. Then here in place of a, here it is 2. Here also in place of a, it is 2. So we can take a as 2. What comes in place of b? Minus b is minus 9. That means b is 9. Now what comes in place of c? C is minus 3. So we can just give these values to this polynomial. P of x is equal to ax square will become 2x square because a's value is 2. B is 9. So this is plus 9x, and c is minus 3. So here it is minus 3. So this is the required polynomial. This is the last question of this video. Let us read the question. If root 3 and minus root 3 are the zeros of a polynomial p of x, then find p of x. Okay, zeros of the polynomial are given. Alpha and beta are given. Let us take alpha as root 3 and beta as minus root 3. Okay, so we have a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. Why I have taken it as a quadratic polynomial? Here I have two zeros of the polynomial. That is why I took the polynomial as a quadratic polynomial. And alpha is taken as root 3 and beta is taken as minus root 3. Now what is alpha plus beta? From this expression we learned that alpha plus beta is minus b by a and alpha beta is c by a. Okay, from these values what is alpha plus beta? Root 3 plus minus root 3, that is 0. Right? Alpha plus beta, if these two are the zeros of the polynomial, then alpha plus beta means it is 0. So this is equal to 0. right? Now what is alpha beta? Alpha beta is root 3 into minus root 3. Root 3 into root 3 is 3 and positive number into negative number, it is negative. So alpha beta is minus 3. So this can be equated to minus 3. Hope you could understood. Here minus b by a is equal to 0 and c by a is equal to minus 3. So I can take b as 0, right? b is equal to 0 and a can be any number. Okay, here also a can be any number, but for convenience I am taking a as 1. See, 0 by 1 is 0. Then if a is taken as 1, what is the value of c? c is minus 3. Okay, so what is our polynomial? P of x is equal to ax square. A is 1. So 1x square is x square plus bx. B is 0. So 0x plus c. C is minus 3. So finally it is x square minus 3. This is the required polynomial. Thanks for watching.